How did SNCC organize the sit-ins movement? Imagine a group of young students sitting quietly at a lunch counter, refusing to leave until they are served or their message is heard. That's how the sit-ins movement started. It all began in February 1960 when, for black students from North Carolina, A&T State University sat at a Woolworth's lunch counter in Greensboro, North Carolina. They were refused service because of their race, but instead of walking away, they stayed seated. Their simple act of defiance sparked a wave of similar protests across the South. The Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, or SNCC, was formed just a few months later in April 1960 at Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. Ella Baker, a key leader, helped organize the group. She believed students could be powerful agents of change and that they should lead the fight against segregation. SNCC's goal was to get young people involved in challenging racial segregation through peaceful protests, sit-ins, demonstrations, and boycotts. SNCC's strategy was different from other groups. They focused on empowering local leaders and students to take charge of their own protests. They believed in nonviolent resistance inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. This approach made protests more effective and less likely to turn violent. SNCC trained students on how to stay peaceful, even when faced with hostility or violence. Leaders like John Lewis, Diane Nash, Marion Barry, and Julian Bond played major roles in organizing sit-ins. They spread the word through flyers, meetings, and word of mouth, encouraging students to participate. SNCC also coordinated with other civil rights groups to keep protests organized and safe. They helped plan sit-ins at various lunch counters, stores, and public spaces across the South. The protests often lasted 4 hours or days, with students sitting quietly and refusing to move. They faced arrests, threats, and violence, but they stayed committed. Their persistence led to many successes, including the desegregation of Woolworths in Greensboro and other businesses. These victories showed how peaceful protests could challenge unfair laws and practices. SNCC's work in organizing sit-ins proved that young people could be powerful change makers. Their efforts helped to break down racial barriers and inspired other civil rights actions, like the Freedom Rides and voter registration drives. By empowering local communities and sticking to peaceful methods, SNCC showed that social change could come from grassroots activism. Their role in the sit-ins movement remains a key part of the larger fight for racial equality in America.